This is for Kate. It's a promotional folio that I took the insides out of and covered with black paper as a good starting point, base, and decided to add lots of bits and pieces from magazines, calendars. This bit here, actually, I had the cutlery arrive in when I was eating out recently, and I do love pockets and things that are within things. And so these are just a few pages from the insides of the folio when it was in its original form. And some die cut shapes from some magazines that I just like either the picture or the colour. This folio was created when I struggled to come up with an idea for a postcard. So it was actually my idea. I suggested a postcard exchange, and then I sat on my laurels contemplating, and I really couldn't get started. But then, almost by accident, this folio came into existence, and long story short, this is my postcard. It's not a traditional postcard, but it's my version. So I really like words. I like to pick out words that are either, I suppose, a good motto in themselves, or extremely ambiguous, meaning they could be suitable for anything, or really useful, like, you know, Friday, Monday, January, February, you know, useful things like that. I'm also a bit of a stationery geek, hence the paperclip selection going on here. I also love to hoard paper stuff. So,
Mama,
yes, dear.
do you know where my puzzle is?
It's in my handbag, darling.
But it's broken.
No, Mummy's talking to the camera at the moment.
Oh.
I'm making a wee story, and I like to make pockets. And
Where is it?
It's in there, darling. Just have a look. It's in amongst all the cards we bought for Father's Day. And so here I've got,
I found it.
hurrah, I've got the months that were offcuts from, and this is one of my favourites. I struggled to get the circle just right, and in the end I ended up with something that reminded me of either a mother's milk or a derriere. So nonetheless, I enjoyed it. I thought it was rather a neat, happy accident. So all of these folds have got something slightly different about them. This is a cereal bag liner that I've created a pocket out of. I did use what I thought was fancy glue, but it seemingly just peeled off. So in the end, what worked best was just a glue stick. This is the only piece of original art from me in here. This is watercolors with ink over the top, and I just cut out some random shapes, and it ended up reminding me of a gramophone. I've written a wee note there to the recipient, explaining my approach to postcards. This here is a wee hidden pocket. I do like things that are surprising. And behind here, I've backed this piece of calendar picture with brown paper that you can journal on. And I've cut out some maps, nice backgrounds for, I do hope Kate likes to journal, because she's getting a lot of journal fodder. And I like to hide things too, so my kids will tell you all about that. I hide things inside things, so they never know when they're actually finished opening presents around here. And then this folds nicely back here, and this is just a nice picture. These are just cards. Well, they're actually small versions of the calendar images that came on the back. And then this, you could put some paper in there if you liked. But I just really enjoyed making this. And then as part of another challenge, because I like to challenge myself, I made some, I think it's modelling paste on tissue paper, just as something tactile for, you know, adding to your creations. So I'm going to parcel this up now that I'm satisfied I've kept an adequate record of my bits and pieces I've made, and then I will get it in the post to Kate and hope it gets to where it's going, because it's travelling all the way across the world to the UK, and hopefully it reaches there safely.